unstow the crane and prepare it for a lift, first winch down slightly. Next, raise the boom up high enough to clear the boom rest and any other obstructions. Now, rotate the crane clockwise until it clears the side of the bed. Be sure the crane is clear of objects and people. Continue to boom up until you reach at least 60 degrees. Now, winch down to create slack in the wire rope. Do this slowly, as the snatch block will now release from the stow hook on its own. Although the Stellar crane is designed to pick a load at any degree of articulation, it is always best to have your boom as high as possible and have the load as close to the truck as you can. Be cautious of overhead power lines or other obstructions that may be in your way. When making your lift, be sure you have reviewed the crane capacity chart and fully understand the capabilities of your crane and where it can pick and place the load you are moving. Whenever moving the load, try to keep it as close to the truck and as close to the ground as possible. Only raise the load higher when you're going over something or when placing it in the bed. Side loading the crane with a winch or rotation system could cause serious damage to the wire rope, the sheaves, the rotation bearing, or other structural components. Never side load your crane. Before operating your crane, you need to understand stability. The stability chart is located inside the crane compartment. It will have the percentage of rated capacity scores in the appropriate regions according to ANSI B 30.5 load rating. The stability scores you will see on your particular stability chart were recorded when testing was performed on the truck when it was new and has no load in its compartments or load bed. Ultimate analysis of stability is the responsibility of the operator. Stability is influenced by a number of factors including, but not limited to, ground stability, weight of truck, and the angle of the truck. It is important to understand your capacity chart and the weight of the object being lifted. Your capacity chart will be located inside the crane compartment and on the base of the crane. The capacity noted in blue is at the standard lift rate. The capacity noted in red is boost mode capacity. Never begin a lift without estimating the weight of the load and calculate the position on the capacity chart. Once you have performed your lift and are ready to shut down the worksite, start by retracting all extensions and winch up to bring the snatch block within 3 feet of the boom tip. Lower the main boom enough so that you can easily hook the snatch block to the stow ring on the main boom. After doing this, you should have slack in the winch line. Now, tighten the winch line so the snatch block comes within a few inches but not touching the main boom. Avoid activating the anti-2 blocking switch. Now raise the boom slightly above the boom rest, rotate the boom until it aligns with the boom rest, and lower the boom gently into the boom cradle. Use the alignment arrows located on the crane base and watch the boom as it lowers into the rest. Return to the crane compartment and raise the CS and SS levers to raise the stabilizers. Both levers can be operated at the same time. Then raise the extension lever to retract and store the curbside stabilizer. Stow the radio remote transmitter in the cab of the truck on the remote control charging station. Remove the wheel chocks and store the safety cones. Be sure the air tank is drained before driving off, even if you didn't use the compressor. Now you can return to the cab and disengage the PTO. Reverse the steps we covered earlier, dependent upon your transmission and PTO type. Make sure the PTO indicator light turns off. Turn off all switches on the E-Link control panel and release the parking brake. You can now drive off the worksite.